These are the 8 things I would want to know before moving to Eagle, Idaho. I have talked to a lot of people who are thinking of moving to Eagle, Idaho, and I've had the amazing opportunity to help a lot of families make the move here. And these are the 8 questions that come up almost every single time. This video is perfect for you if you're thinking of moving to Eagle, as I bet you have some of the same questions as these people do. Hi, I'm Matthew Konkel, a real estate agent here in Eagle, Idaho and the Treasure Valley. I make weekly videos all about what it looks like to live here and why I absolutely love living in the Eagle, Idaho area. I love showing what makes this place so special, from the best neighborhoods and the hidden gems to the honest pros and cons and why so many people are moving to this area. The first question I get is, what is the weather like? Eagle, Idaho truly gives you all 4 seasons, and sometimes you even get all 4 seasons within a day. And that's one of the things I love most about living here. Summers are hot and sunny, usually in the upper 80s, 90s. There will be a few weeks where we do hit hundreds, and hundreds will stay for about 2-ish weeks or so, but the evenings cool off nicely thanks to that dry air. Fall is my favorite time of the year here. The trees explode with color, the days are in the 60s to 70s, it's perfect to get outside, and winters bring just enough snow to make it pretty without being overwhelming or obnoxious and annoying. Usually 10 to 20 inches of snow a year, depending on the year, and as you'll learn, each year is dramatically different and none of it's predictable. With daytime tips in the winter being around 30 to 40 degrees, and by spring, everything just comes back to life. The foothills turn green again, and the temps climb back into the 60 to 70s. So Eagle gets around 11 to 13 inches of rain a year, which isn't a whole lot. So it really is sunny most of the time. A lot of people compare the Boise weather to something like Denver, Colorado, where we get the blue sky even in the winter time. It's not like North Idaho, where North Idaho has a lot of gray days. We have some, but not nearly as many as up in north. So it really is perfect for people who love the outdoors, but don't want the extreme weather one way or another. We're not going to get the 110-degree days. We might get 100-degree days, but on the flip side, we're not going to get the -10 with wind chill and 5 feet of snow. We just kind of get all 4 seasons and hover around those points. The funny thing about Idaho, though, is how unpredictable the weather can be. Some years will get an absolute ton of snow, and other years it's almost none. One Halloween it might be 60 degrees, and the next it's freezing and maybe even has some light snow on the ground. You really just never know when winter will show up or how long fall will last. And honestly, it's part of the charm. It always kind of keeps you on your toes of what's the weather going to be like. I personally love experiencing all 4 seasons here. No matter what time of year it is, there's always something to do, and our activities just kind of move with the seasons. Even in winter, there's still a ton to do, which leads us straight into the other question I get all the time, and that is, are there basic amenities in Eagle, or do I need to leave to go into Meridian or Boise to do all my shopping and to actually have things to do? So Eagle really has just about everything you need for everyday life, so you don't have to leave town for the basics. There are several grocery stores, Albertsons, Ridley's Family Market, and a brand new Wenco close by, plus pharmacies, amazing gyms, salons, banks, and medical offices, all right in Eagle. One gym to definitely check out is Lifetime. Phase 1 is already open, which wasn't overly exciting unless you really liked pickleball and tennis, but phase 2 is on the way, should be open summer of 2026, and it's going to be an incredible spot once it's fully done. And it is a full family gym, meaning you can bring your kids to play. They have childcare there. It's going to be really, really cool. So when it comes to food, Eagle has tons of options. From casual favorites like the stuffed olive and the Bardenay to local coffee shops and our family's favorite breakfast place like Rembrandt's in downtown Eagle that everyone loves. If you're looking for a fantastic dinner spot in downtown Eagle, I would check out Da Vinci's. It has all you can eat salad and bread. It's like Olive Garden, but way better. Shopping wise, there's a great mix of local boutiques, small retail centers, and the essentials like hardware store, pet supplies, home improvement stores. Pretty much if you need it, Eagle will most likely have it. If you ever want the bigger stores like Costco, Target, or shopping malls, then you will need to drive those 10 to 20 minutes down in either to Meridian or Boise. The village in Meridian is pretty close. You just head down the 55. I will warn you, the 55 can get backed up during rush hour. However, if you hit it non-rush hour times, it's pretty quick from to get to Eagle, and you go down the 55 to get to your Trader Joe's, the Co-op, and Target. And then, of course, the Costco is just on Shinden. So all those things are relatively tight-knit together, so it's pretty easy to make a day out of it. And if you are a Whole Foods fan, there's one in downtown Boise too. So while Eagle keeps that small town charm, it's actually really self-sufficient. And that's one thing I really like about our area. We spent a lot of time up in North Idaho, and when you go up to North Idaho, Post Falls and Hayden and Rathjum all rely on Coeur d'Alene and each other. But down in the Treasure Valley, Eagle wants to be its own place. Star wants to be its own place, which means they bring in all those amenities so you don't have to leave your town. You can actually live, workshop, and grab dinner right here in Eagle. You don't have to leave. And you really only need to head into Boise or Meridian when you want the little more shopping, concerts, nightlife, and most people find they hardly ever leave. And honestly, once you settle in, you really don't want to unless you want to go on those cool date nights. The third question is, what is there to do for fun / are there spots for date nights? And I know I just covered this briefly up above, but a lot of people ask, what am I going to do when I move to the area? Oh, am I going to be bored? I'm moving from a place like California or Seattle. I'm used to all these city amenities. What do you guys have here? And in my opinion, there is no shortage of things to do in Eagle. And when you add in Boise, Meridian, Star, Kuna, and the rest of the Treasure Valley, you'll never run out of options and things to do. Whether you're into outdoor adventures, community events, or planning those fun date nights, or just hanging out with your family and doing things with your kids, there is truly something for everyone here and a lot of options. In the summer, families love to spend time at Eagle Island State Park. You can swim, paddleboard, picnic, or even go tubing down the river. One of the really cool things about the area is the Boise River Greenbelt runs right through Eagle, and it offers miles of beautiful walking trails, biking, or just to get outside. I fly fished on this. My daughter and I go down there and play. She likes to just throw rocks in the water, and she'll even wade in a little bit into the river when the pace of the river slows down. If you're into wine, Eagle has 3 amazing local wineries, all perfect for those relaxed afternoons or when you get off work to meet your husband or just a date night there. And if you like golf, Banbury Golf Course is a local favorite. I will say this is one of my top 3 favorites, but it is not my favorite golf course in the area. Downtown Eagle has this small town charm with, again, those boutique shops, cozy coffee spots, and community events. If you have not heard of the Eagle Fun Days, I would definitely check it out. And of course, there's a Saturday market and summer concerts. So there really is so much to do in our area. One of my past primary clients who I've helped move into Dry Creek Ranch, I was talking to them the other week, and they say that they love to head into downtown Boise every other week for date night. It's such an easy drive from Eagle, and downtown Boise is a ton of fun to explore. It's clean, it's safe, it's not like most other downtowns, and if you hit up 8th Street, it is lined with rooftop bars, live music, and incredible restaurants like Chandler's. You can also catch those sunset walks around the Greenbelt or hike Table Rock, then you can go grab dessert and a drink back into the city. So as you can see, there's just so much to do in the area. Eagle has more of that family, friendly, relaxed vibe, while Boise offers a mix of everything from nightlife to culture and entertainment. But just know that you will never be bored living here. As long as you take time to actually explore and learn what's happening, you'll always find something to do. I just want to pause here for a second. If you are serious about buying a home in Eagle or anywhere in the Treasure Valley, please reach out. I'd love to hop on a quick call and talk you through your goals so we can figure out the best way for me to help you make the move to our area. You can call, text, or email me anytime, day, nights, or weekends. I'm always here for you. I truly love living here and honestly couldn't imagine calling anywhere else home, and I would love for you to call this area home as well. Getting back to the video, and our next question is, are people friendly to those who move here? This usually comes from people who visited places like Denver or North Idaho, or even areas of Texas where not everyone is super thrilled about newcomers. My sister-in-law actually moved to Denver, and while most people there were nice, there are definitely some who aren't the most welcoming to people moving in. Here in the Treasure Valley, though, it's completely different vibe. People are generally friendly and open, mostly because they probably moved here too. Over the past 10 years, so many families have relocated that it's become totally normal. Everyone knows someone who's new, which makes it easy to meet people. You can make friends very quickly and fast, and you can make it feel like home incredibly quick just because so many people have experienced what you will probably experience as well, which is moving to a new area. It's not like some of those other areas where the locals get really frustrated about the growth. Eagle and the Treasure Valley have really embraced this growth, and it's made the community feel even tighter and more connected. Just because when someone does move into your neighborhood, a lot of people will come over with brownies and whatnot. They'll introduce themselves, they'll ask you where you're from, and then before you know it, you'll feel like you're part of the community. And now on to question number 5. What type of neighborhoods does Eagle, Idaho have? Does it have newer master plan communities, acreage lots, golf course developments, and are older established communities built well? And are there any good established communities or not? So I know it was a longer question, but it is one that we get all the time, is what are the communities like here? Eagle, Idaho really has it all when it comes to the neighborhoods, and that's one of the reasons people love living in Eagle so much. You'll find everything from newer master plan communities to acreage properties, homes on the golf course, and well-established luxury communities that have been here for years that are tucked in the trees, and we call them little lakes. Me being from North Idaho, I don't think they're lakes, they're more ponds, but we call them lakes down here. They're still incredible to live on. The only thing I will point out that Eagle is missing is if your budget is under $600 and you want a nice big single family home, that is where Eagle is going to have some struggles. Eagle is really catering to big luxury homes, and the price point in Eagle is just going to be the highest compared to anywhere in the Treasure Valley. But there are some incredible newer developments like Terraview and Legacy, both built by Mark Goldsmith, along with neighborhoods such as Kingwood Estates, Orano Farms, Spur Week Acres, and Carrara Estates. And I have to mention Dry Creek Ranch. It's technically in Boise, but it's part of the Eagle School District, and it feels like you're living in Eagle. So if you are dreaming of big lots and open space tucked in the foothills, that's one to look at. If you want 5-acre lots set on a golf course, I would look at Spur Wing Acres. If new construction isn't for you, you can still find gorgeous as already established communities like Two Rivers, Mace River Ranch, and Williams River Ranch, all known for living in the trees on the river, and with incredible water features and that classic Eagle charm. Acreage lots are getting harder to find here. Right now, there are around 30 homes for sale, over an acre, all starting prices at $1 million, and it climbs up pretty quick from there. So it's still possible to find those acre lots, it's just getting really hard. Eagle is definitely one of the most expensive areas in the Treasure Valley, but honestly, it makes sense for what you get, and you get what you pay for, in my opinion. Eagle, Idaho neighborhoods really check every single box, especially once you start diving into what the communities offer, such as the clubhouse, the pools, and the walking trails. The neighborhoods in Eagle are absolutely amazing. You have nothing to worry about. We can definitely find you something that you are looking for. And remember, a lot of the new construction homes are not going to be on Zillow, as builders don't list them. So if you are looking for new construction and you just cannot find what you're looking for, please reach out. There's a good chance that it's just on lot A and we have to move the floor plan to that lot. Or they're showing lot B with floor plan A and we can just switch your floor plan to floor plan C. So there are lots of ways to finagle new construction that you will not see online. The next question I get asked, are there really that many outdoor activities in your area, or is that just something people say? And my answer always is, oh, absolutely. There are really that many outdoor activities here. Eagle and the greater Boise area are an absolute dream if you love being outside. You're surrounded by things to do all year round, and the best part is most of it is going to be minutes from your home. The Boise River runs straight through Eagle, so in the summertime you can go paddleboarding, floating, or fly fishing. The Greenbelt connects Eagle to Boise and nearby towns, giving you miles of trails for walking, biking, or jogging with incredible mountain views, the foothill views, and river views. And these, you might think to yourself, well, are these trails safe? Can I really use them? I promise you they are safe and you can use them. We walk on them all the time. We've even walked in them at 11 o'clock at night when our first daughter would not sleep. We would just head down there and try to walk her to sleep and then drive her home to make sure she would stay asleep. But we've never had any problems on these trails. You've also have Eagle Island State Park nearby, perfect for swimming, hiking, and tubing. And in the winter, the Boise foothills are packed with hiking and mountain biking trails. And when the snow does hit, Bogus Basin is just about an hour away for great skiing, snowboarding, and sledding. And if you want a weekend getaway, McCall and Tamarack Resort are only about a 2-hour drive north, and it is an incredible drive up there. It's really, really pretty, and if you haven't been to McCall or Tamarack, I would definitely check it out. They have amazing lakes, golf courses, parks, and there's always something to do up there. And to me, it's one of the biggest reasons why people are moving to the Treasure Valley is to be outside in all the outdoor activities. It really is an outdoor paradise when you live here, and your kids will spend hours outside, I promise you that. This brings us to question number 7. Is Eagle, Idaho and the Treasure Valley safe? Yes, Eagle, Idaho and the Treasure Valley are very, very safe. When our daughter was little and couldn't sleep, we would bundle her up in the stroller and go for walks, sometimes at 11 p.m. and other times closer to 1 a.m. We walked on the Boise River, we walked in the neighborhood, and especially during those warmer summer nights, we were walking probably closer to 1 because she just would not sleep. And honestly, we always felt completely safe during this, no matter what time of night it was. It's just the kind of place that Eagle is. Eagle consistently ranks as one of the safest cities in Idaho, with crime rates well below both the state and national averages. Violent crime is about 70% lower than national average, and overall crime is nearly 80% lower compared to the national average. Eagle really does have that small town charm where people look out for one another, and even as the area grows, the city and local law enforcement are staying super proactive of keeping in that way, and people moving into Eagle want to keep it that way, and that's the big thing. It's not going to change as some people think, well, because the people I've helped move to Eagle want to keep Eagle Eagle. That's why they're moving here. Just last week, my family and I went to the fire department open house, and it was such a fun community event. Tons of families were there to show their support and have their kids explore the fire department. They even had a little hose where the kids could put out a fire, and they did a demonstration when they chopped a car in half. It was an absolute blast. When you live here, you'll also see the police out chatting with the neighbors, families walking in the evening, and the kids riding their bikes or playing in the parks. It honestly feels like we're living in the 90s again, when the police were out in the streets talking to people. You knew the police officers by name. But life here is just simpler, neighborhoods are more close-knit, and kids can just be kids again. It's one of the biggest reasons that we love living in this area. So now on to question 8, and depending on what stage of life you're in, I usually get one of 2 questions. What are the schools like, or is it a good place to retire? If you're raising a family, you'll be happy to know that Eagle has some of the best school districts in the Treasure Valley. It's part of the West Idaho School District, which is the largest and one of the top performing school districts in all of Idaho. Eagle High School and Eagle Middle School consistently rank high and offer strong academics, great athletics, and supporting staff. At the elementary level, Eagle Elementary School of the Arts is a local favorite because its creative, well-rounded approach, and there are excellent charter school options as well, like North Star Charter and Idaho Novice Classic Academy. Plus, on top of all of this, there is a private and faith-based schools such as Bishop Kelly High School in Boise. And on top of all of these options, again, homeschooling is also really, really popular here. There are a ton of co-ops and community resources available, which is awesome for families who want more flexibility and a homeschool. So if you are in that stage of life where you have a young family and kids, you'll have plenty of options for schools. Now, if you're on the other side of the spectrum and thinking about retirement, Eagle is just as perfect. It's peaceful, clean, and has that small town charm, but it has everything you need close by. Most retirees who do move here are moving here for the outdoor lifestyle, the walking and biking trails, the golf courses, and those weekend getaways to McCall and Tamarack Resort, which are all super easy. People really do just fall in love with Eagle, Idaho, that they plan to raise their kids here and then retire here. Honestly, I feel the same way. When my wife and I were deciding where to move, we looked at a lot of places, and Eagle was hands down the easiest choice for us and our family. And that's why I think Eagle's going to appreciate really, really well, because people are just not planning on leaving even when they do retire. And now it's time for the bonus question that I always like to throw in, because honestly, it's one of the smartest things to ask yourself before moving and buying a house is how is Eagle expected to grow over the next 5 to 10 years and even in 25 years, and will my home appreciate well? So I kind of already touched on will my home appreciate well. The answer, in my opinion, is yes, absolutely. Over the next decade, I think we'll continue to see a steady growth and strong home appreciation in Eagle, with major employees like Micron, Meta, and other tech companies and healthcare companies expanding in the Treasure Valley. More people are moving here with those higher income salaries, and they are choosing to live in Eagle. And on top of that, you have people with the remote jobs, the retirees, that are all flooding into our area, and most of them are choosing to live in Eagle. This continued demand is going to keep home values climbing higher and higher, and these homes just don't have a lot of turnover, as people really don't want to leave these homes once they get into them. What I personally love about Eagle is how well the city is managing this growth. They're being intentional about developments, keeping that small town feel, while still adding those amenities, the new parks, and the thoughtfully planned communities. And on top of all this, Eagle's location could not be better. You're close to Boise, you're close to Meridian and Star, and you're just a few hours from McCall, which makes it one of the most desirable spots in all of Idaho. The entire Treasure Valley is in growth mode right now, and I honestly don't see that slowing down anytime soon with the amount of companies coming into the area. For anyone looking for that place that offers both great lifestyle and long-term investment potential, I really think Eagle is it. You'll get the home appreciation, and it really is a terrific place to live that is handling the growth correctly. So those are the top 9 questions I get when I hop on calls with people thinking of moving to the area. And honestly, I love answering all of them. If you're seriously considering a move to Eagle or anywhere in the Treasure Valley, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, or email me anytime, day, nights, or weekends. I'm always here to help you find your perfect home and get to know the area better, because even when you decide you want to move to the area, now you have to narrow down where in the Treasure Valley you want to live, and on top of that, what neighborhood. And because we have so many amazing neighborhoods and communities, it can be quite overwhelming. You can even book a Google Meet call if you'd rather chat face-to-face, which you can do down below. So whether you're just starting to research or already planning your move, I'd love to help you make the process as easy and as stress-free as possible. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.